100 passer rating. So if you look at Tom Brady in these magical moments that he sits there with the confetti falling down and Lombardi trophy in hand, it's not always because Tom Brady carried the team over the hump. Let's talk about his first Super Bowl, where he scored 20 points and had an 86 passer rating and had 1 touchdown and no interception. Oh, that was his first one. Okay, let's go to his last one then, when he had no touchdowns and 1 interception and a 71 passer rating, scoring 13 points and a win. GOAT Tom Brady in this situation going against the Chiefs is simple. No turnovers. Or if you're going to turn the ball over, do what you've been doing, that calculated pseudo punt. 3rd down on your own territory, launch it. Mike Evans, go get it. If you don't, it's like a punt to us. And that's the way that they're going to go out there and risk it for the biscuit. So I'm looking at Tom Brady being his GOAT status on the field, but not necessarily perfect in his GOAT performance. So yeah, still be Tom Brady, still be the GOAT, but that doesn't mean perfection, but it still means success.
It better be darn near close to perfection, big dog. They need GOAT Tom Brady, but they need the upper echelon of GOAT Tom Brady. I don't know about this poor man's GOAT that can't really badge.
Oh, Patrick Mahomes? Poor man's GOAT?
I don't know about that.
Patrick Mahomes?
Patrick Mahomes is a young GOAT.
Billy Kid?
Yeah.
Billy
You got
Kid?
that GOAT that gives you food poisoning. That's that GOAT me. Not that Tom Brady. That high-end GOAT Tom Brady. Think about it, big dog self.
What?
Mahomes, 37-1. If you score 28 or fewer, you know what it is. You know I'm coming back at you with that stat.
Are we playing in the Super Bowl or 38 regular season games?
You score 28 or fewer. Now, good news for Tom Brady and the Bucs, and you already knew this. The Bucs have scored 30 or more in every playoff game. So that stat is seemingly irrelevant. Acho, why would you bring it up? Only because no team has ever scored more than 30 points 4 straight times in playoff history. So if the Chiefs and Mahomes 37-1, if you don't put up them points, and Tom Brady has somehow, some way, found a way to put up 30 each playoff game thus far, but we ain't never seen it done, particularly because to play in them 4 games, you're playing in the wild card, then the divisional, then the championship, and then if you're lucky, you get to the Super Bowl. They're going to need GOAT Tom Brady, and he's going to need to be nearly flawless to have a chance to beat the Chiefs. But let's bring in an offensive expert, NFL analyst, Greg Jennings. So, Greg, talk to me. Do the Bucs need GOAT Tom Brady to beat the Chiefs?
Yeah, they absolutely do need GOAT Tom Brady to beat the Chiefs. And they've had GOAT Tom Brady all season long. So nothing changes. I'm with Marcellus on this. It's not about trying to be perfect. It's just doing your job. And when we go back to the history of Tom Brady and in the New England Patriots, and what was that mantra, that slogan that we always heard come out of Bill Belichick's mouth, and then it reciprocated throughout the locker room and the players: do your job. That's what makes Tom Brady so special. That's why he's the GOAT. He understands in every situation. When we saw him in New Orleans against the Saints, he did his job. When we saw him even a couple weeks ago or last week against the Packers, he did his job. Did he have 2 turnovers? He did. He did. Did he have interceptions? Yes, he did. But did he do enough to make sure that his team was able to win? And one thing I heard Tom Brady say, he said, I just don't want to be the reason we lose. And so that doesn't mean I have to put on the pressure of myself to play perfect. I hear you, Acho. Everybody's saying Tom Brady has to be flawless. Well, what happens if he is flawless and the other guys aren't? It still probably doesn't work out. So everyone needs to do their job, and that's what has made Tom Brady so special. Watching him this season with this Buccaneers team is he's brought that presence. That GOAT presence, that GOAT or aroma, that GOAT just aura about what he does. And that's what he needs to do on Sunday. Nothing more, nothing less.
Hey, nothing more? That's a fan of the show. He watched T.O.'s segment yesterday talking about aroma.
You said GOAT aroma.
Yeah, nothing more. I told you try to go somewhere. Yeah.
I got to go there, Sal, because y'all sleep on this fact. And I respect both of y'all so much, which is the only reason I'm lovingly correcting y'all. Lovingly correcting y'all. Since 2018, Chiefs have won 5 of their 7 games by 11-plus, people. Chiefs ain't just beating y'all. They beating y'all down in the playoffs. Even against the Niners last year, it was close. until it wasn't. So if y'all know what the Chiefs are about and they bout that action boss, you know it's not only like they're going to sit here and toy with you. When they beat you, they likely going to beat you down. How do y'all think that the Buccaneers are going to waltz in here and hope that their defense forces a plethora of turnovers again like they did against the Saints? This ain't Taylor Heineke, people. This ain't an ancient Drew Brees, people.
Oh,
this is
now he ancient. Now he ancient.
This is
in the regular
Patrick
season,
Mahomes.
he wasn't ancient.
He was hurt.
He was hurt.
Even worse.
No, he wasn't hurt week one. Oh, here we go. Acho, I love you so much. But can you get off of the extremes and come with me to the nuance, the gray area, the silver, where Tom Brady knows to just do his job. Tom Brady knows he's thrown for over 500 yards and 3 touchdowns and no interceptions in the Super Bowl. And lost. And then he also knows that he went out there and just put up 13 points, no touchdowns, 1 interception, and won. So Tom Brady knows, more importantly, it's about just winning the game, no matter how that looks. Stop with these shots at the GOAT when you're trying to now pump up the little kid, the Billy Goat in this situation of Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is not perfect. Patrick Mahomes is not close to perfect, especially when you want to talk about his 1 Super Bowl performance. Must I repeat? His quarterback rating was 78 in that Super Bowl performance. Must I repeat, he didn't have more touchdowns than interceptions, 2 and 2. Must I repeat that people were saying for 3.5 quarters, getting outplayed by trade block Jimmy G. So now I'm not going to hear that you got to go out there and be perfect if you're Tom Brady, who already has 6 rings, doing it with numbers and doing it not so much with numbers. We just saw him 2 weeks ago. 18-point lead against Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Sub-75 passer rating. And threw 3 interceptions. But like Greg said, man, it's nuance. Just go out there and do your job and don't be the reason that you lose the game.
It's funny. It's funny to me how we're on this side. I believe you guys have been to what, like 6 or 7 Super Bowls yourselves?
Yeah. What do you mean, as an attendant?
Oh, no. I mean, as a player.
Oh, hell no. Not a nunner. I can't even make an O.
I was like, who you talking about? I was like, who on set?
My bad.
Who on? He must
Y'all haven't been So you haven't been to any. Oh, okay.
I watched.
And this guy is going to be playing in his 10th. And we want to tell him what he needs to do. Like, he needs to just continue doing what he's been doing. And I asked Tom Brady this during the regular season because we find some way to get this image when they're down or his team is down and he's on that sideline and we've all seen it. His head is down. He's on the bench and no one's around him. And it's like, what is going through the GOAT's mind? And you know what he said? He said, I'm telling myself, I can't get 17 points all in one play. I can't come back all in one play. So do the little things. Take it one play at a time. That's how special he is. It doesn't matter how the opposition looks, what mountain is in front of him. He's going to take it one step at a time. And that is the ultimate goal when you're trying to reach the top. If you miss a step because you're trying to take a leap, you run the risk of falling down even further. And that's what Tom Brady has done his entire career, which is why we're seeing him going to be playing in his 10th Super Bowl, already having amassed 6 rings.
Hey, so I'm still trying to figure out who G was talking to when he said.
Yeah, I
was confused.
You can't combine us for a wild card win.
I saw some faint Super Bowl champions, but I realized y'all ain't done that.
Chill out,
Flex, Greg, flex.
Watch your mouth. No, I think it's this. I'm not telling, clearly Tom Brady has to do whatever it takes to win. You know that, G. Marcellus, you're saying that? Yeah. I believe that. But what I'm saying is what it will take is Tom Brady's best. Right? Like, he has to do whatever it takes. I'm not going to sit here and say, okay, Tom Brady, this is what you need to do. This is how you need to do it. This is the in between. No, but what it will take is Tom Brady's best. We saw week 12, they played each other. The Buccaneers weren't close to winning that game. It was a 3-point game, but after the first quarter, the Buccaneers never had the ball with the chance to take the lead. So Tom Brady, them 3 touchdowns was nice, but them 2 picks cost you now. So I'm not saying, Tom Brady, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to run, No, it will just take Tom Brady's best. If y'all think for 1 second, for 1 iota of a count, that Tom Brady will get away with throwing 3 interceptions in the second half like he did against the Packers and still win, y'all sleep now, Coach.
Hey,
y'all big sleep.
We sleep?
Slumbered.
You sleep.
Drooling, too.
You need to wake
the
up.
crusties in your eye, Marcellus. You getting that kind of sleep.
You fell asleep on your computer, and you should have stayed awake and Googled some of the games that Patrick Mahomes has lost against less than stellar play by the opposing quarterbacks. But I was awake, and I was Googling it, and I found it. What did my track coach tell me when I was in my national record holding and national record setting season about competition? You remember, Acho? Oh, you don't remember?
What'd he say?
He said, don't get PO'd. And he didn't mean pissed off. He said, psyched out. He said, Marcellus, all I need you to do is run your race. You don't have to do anything extra to beat those dudes. I don't care where you see them, city, state, nationals, or internationals. And I remember that like he said it yesterday because it applies to this situation. I give you these names and I give you these numbers. Tom Brady beat Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship game by throwing more interceptions than touchdowns and a 77 passer rating. How did Mahomes lose? Okay, Jacoby Brissett went out there and threw more interceptions than touchdowns. No touchdowns, matter of fact, and a 61 passer rating, Carson Wentz style, and still beat Patrick Mahomes. What about Deshaun Watson? 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, more interceptions than touchdowns, and